think it's our tradition. It comes out of a particularly pain.
What are you gonna do with that when you kill it?
I know Gale slightly distracted her, so she misses the deer, but then easily hits a flying bird, which is a smaller and faster target. Someone must have brought the balls with the names while Effie was talking, because on this prior shot when you think the show is about to start, there is only the microphone and the chairs on the stage. The paper must have Effie's lines on it because she just flipped the paper over. Check out the black tape that switches from her right side to her left side. As the guards are holding her back, her hair gets messy and ruffled, but then it's neat and combed again. This shot was clearly an editing blunder. Effie is motioning Katniss to come over with her fingers, but on the giant screen, Effie's hand is not moving. Everyone was split in groups by age and sex, and if the Capitol is such a hard ass, then they probably would not let Prim be close to her mom. I wonder what are the visiting rules. It looks like Katniss must have been a real bitch to everyone else, since just her family and Gale came to say goodbye. Do they get Brazilians too?
It's not real fire. These suits are built so you won't feel a thing.
If it's not real fire, then what's there to feel? Glimmer's shawl falls off her shoulder, but if she is your favorite tribute, do not despair because she fixed it on the next shot. Oh, wow, CGI. There, I fixed it. Look at all the stuff the audience is throwing on the runway, but then it looks like someone cleaned it all up. Her hair is over her left eye, then is stuck to the side without her ever moving her arms. I wonder what a matching game trains you for that would help you on the arena. I guess Clove got tired of laughing at Peeta, so she asked for a substitute, so Glimmer took over her spot in the trio. The tributes are with their arms hanging loose, but on the very next frame they have their arms across their chest. A bit unsure of how long has passed between these two shots, but Rue from District 11 odds change from 60-1 to an impressive 7-1 chance of winning. As she spins around to show her fire dress, her hairband comes apart, but in the next shot her hair is perfectly styled again. Who's Pete? Or is he calling him Pete? Like in Yo Pete? Sure, shot me with the elephant needle, will you? Also, was that the pin she gave to her sister? How did he know about it? It seems unlikely that Katniss would have mentioned it, since at this point the pin was just a trinket she got at the flea market. The last person you see before you go die is your stylist and not your mentor, so you can die looking good. Kato kills this girl, but then she is up fighting and dies again. It shows the location of the tributes by district instead of by individuals. That seems to me like bad map design. From the previous map, there really wasn't anyone close to Katniss and the girl making the fire, so these 4 tributes sure move super fast to show up here. Same goes for Peeta, he was too far away to show up here so fast. And why would they trust him to help find Katniss when everyone knows he loves her? Looks like she unties the rope and jumps off without putting the rope away, but luckily for her, it looks like the rope is somehow still attached to her. Good, because she will use it later. Really? He's going to climb holding his sword and is surprised that he falls? That thing on his back? Use it. Put the sword away, buddy. The way she is holding the bottle changes. Her finger moves closer to the top of the bottle. The other guys tried to hit Katniss with a bow and arrow and sucked. But Knife Girl should have tried to throw a knife since that's her thing. She takes the lid off the can with the medicine to treat her burn and places it underneath the can, but in the following shot she is holding the lid on the side of the can. She leaves the container slightly open the next morning and she is climbing the tree, the container is fully closed. Perfect opportunity to kill everyone. In a game where only one person can live, would you really sleep without a lookout? Would you even trust the lookout? How did she find Katniss and for what reason? As it was shown on the map from last night, there was no one else around the group, so this means Rue found them in the middle of the night and stuck around when her whole strategy was to hide and avoid everyone. Katniss' hallucination pretty much matches what Caesar said on TV just a minute ago. It's basically a flashback, but she never saw Caesar on TV talking about it.
Okay, so if we hear that, it means we're okay and we'll be back real soon.
What about a signal for, I'm not okay, I'm going to die? Really? Mounds of dirt? Might as well put up a sign that says, Mines here.
She certainly figured it out, huh?
Also, it looks like the mines were just on one side of the supplies pile. See how Foxface runs on a straight line without jumping after she got the food? When Katniss shoots at the apples to blow up the stockpile, she draws the first arrow back twice. Then she steps forward a little bit, but as the explosion knocks her backwards, she seems to have moved forwards a couple of yards. They make such a big deal that each of the 12 districts sends a boy and a girl to the game, but there are only at most 20 instead of 24 platforms. I guess whoever put the mines wanted to blow up all the supplies and not just whoever would try to get them, because that's how it looks like the setup was rigged. Check how the main explosion came from the pile of stuff and not the mines. But of course, that would not make sense, because why would you want to blow up all your supplies and apparently also blow up whoever was guarding it, since the tent nearby got blown away too. Tribute dies and there is no cannon. There, I fixed it.
Did you blow up the food?
No way Rue did not hear that huge explosion. After he gets injured by a sword, he thought it would be better to spend all the effort to create this awesome face camouflage instead of just covering his face with moss, which would be easier and just as good. That's a fail on Gale for not making his move.
I'm just trying to get you out the friend zone.
The tribute platforms are gone, and so is any sign of the big explosion. This is a survival game, but I guess you are only allowed to take your bag and your bag only? How hard would it be for him to just say, "I'm here"? Her arms were above his and about to hug his neck, and then got switched to him bear hugging her, and his arms behind her back flipped position. With those things, that's kinda like the game cheating, because the game masters can choose who dies and who lives. They had no problem killing off the last tribute from District 11, so now only District 12 and Kato are left. Also, had these guys stripped, then they would die and Kato would win by default. That's a crappy game. Why did Kato let them climb up in the first place? And yeah, push Katniss to the side instead of just pushing both of them out of the cornucopia. I wash my hands from this blood.
You